Say hi. Say hi. Pinky, say hi. Say hi. What? Come on. Okay, that's better. She's having one of her moments. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Let's go back another video. Pinky gonna say hi again. Yeah. Say hi. I was gotta say hi for her fans. Okay, I'm gonna put you down, okay? Alright. You can come in here. Sorry about that, so disorganized. Hey, it's Kid Gore back with another video. Thank you for watching. I think this is D's part 3 or 4. I don't know who's keeping track. But thank you for watching. So for further ado, let's start. First up, I have a movie called Drive-Thru. This one was pretty cool. I always remember that psycho killer clown. It was pretty memorable. This movie was pretty badass. I would recommend this one. If you're a fan of clown horror, good slasher. This next one I have is called The Devil's Mercy. I actually have never seen this movie. Looks pretty interesting. So I'll have to check that one out, The Devil's Mercy. A lot of devils here. But from IFC Midnight. I've actually, you know what? I might watch this movie tonight if I got time, because I've actually really wanted to see it. Sounds like an intriguing story about these travelers that get lost in the mountains, and there's like this little creature following them and shit. But it looks kind of cool. It's from IFC Midnight, called Devil's Pass. I will check this one out. This looks right up my alley. I love movies like this about isolation and just like... It says it's based on a true story too, so that intrigues me even more. Director of Die Hard 2 and Cliffhanger. Wow, okay. Rennie Harlan, didn't he do A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, I think? It was either 3 or 4. But yeah, cool. Devil's Pass, I'll check that one out. This movie was a lot of fun. Just about a guy that's just had it up to here, just being a delivery driver and just sick of getting people treating him like shit his whole life, and just kind of cracks. We deliver in 30 minutes or your killing is free. Great tagline. Delivery. This was such a fun movie. Absolutely fun. The guy who plays the delivery driver, Matt Nilsson. Yeah, that was an amazing performance. Right up there with anybody, psycho-wise. He was really sold it well. I really enjoyed this one. Great gore, good story. Really sympathetic character. You really feel bad for him when all that horrible shit's happening to him, you know? So, excellent movie. Delivery. I'm gonna check the camera real quick. Make sure I'm still filming. Are we still filming? Yeah, okay. I'm just checking. Any chance I get. She's right there. Here we have a classic from, I believe, 1963. Dementia 13. Now this is a movie I really need to upgrade. It comes with Night of the Living Dead as well. But Dementia 13 is a great film by Francis Ford Coppola. A really really old film by him, but great in every way. Amazing atmosphere. I love this movie. This is a great movie. Patrick McGee is great in it. Definitely will upgrade Dementia 13. And the score by Ronald Stein is very, very memorable. I think we've pretty much all heard it. If you've ever heard this movie, you know his work. Excellent. And I think this is from, okay, Image Entertainment. Dark Was the Night. This was a cool creature feature. I enjoyed this one. Like a modern creature feature. This town is pretty much terrorized by this ancient creature that just has been awakened, and he's creating havoc, and it's up to this the sheriff to try to save the day, I guess. But man, yeah, this is a good one. I enjoyed this one. Dark Was the Night. I don't really hear too many people talk about this one, but I enjoyed it. I'm a big Adam Green fan, so I enjoyed this one as well. Digging Up the Marrow. Another really fun modern creature feature done right. I really enjoyed this one. Cool cameos in this by Mick Garris. Definitely Kane Hodder. Anyone who's pretty much worked on Adam's previous films kind of does cameos in this. But I gotta say, Ray Wise, he was really believable in this film. Even monsters like pancakes. I always remember that. Everyone likes pancakes. I always remember that line. This is a good one. Kind of creepy in parts. Kind of funny in parts. I mean, it's kind of got a lot going for it, but I would recommend Digging Up the Marrow. Give that a shot. It's pretty good. I believe in my last showing I had Don't Look in the Basement, the original from the 70s. And this is actually the sequel, Don't Look in the Basement 2. And I believe this was directed by the son paying a tribute to his father, I believe. I think that's how it went. But we're back at Stevens Sanitarium again. It's a good film. It's not... I do like how they do flashbacks to the original film. That's kind of cool, so they kind of like put it all together. But, you know, for what it is, it's pretty good. I was entertained. You know, that's all that matters, is that you're entertained by a film, whether it's amazing or not. I would still choose the original, obviously, but it was a gallant effort, I thought. Don't Look in the Basement 2. Oh, good old Roger Corman. Can always count on Roger Corman for some great campy horror cinema, sci-fi cinema for sure, creature features. And that is Dino Shark. This movie's kind of gotten a cult following over the years. I think this is a made for Sci-Fi Channel film, I believe. He made a lot of these. Dino Shark, it's a fun movie. It's kind of one of those movies where you just kind of turn your brain off and just have some fun, watch it. Oh, this movie badass. This also comes with another one called Goth, which I like, but it's mostly for Tiffany Shepis, My Horror Honey, obviously, and Death Factory. For Brain Damage Films. Brain Damage Films is kind of a company that's a bit of a hit or miss, but this one definitely was a hit. I really enjoyed this one. The gore is amazing. Tiffany Shepis, she's such a huge horror fan herself, so you could see like she really was enjoying her part in this film. And it really shows on camera. I loved it, man. Death Factory is great. Goth is good too, in its own way. But mostly it's for Death Factory. Awesome. We have, let's see, this is a hell of a cast here. Tony Todd, Bill Moseley, Angus Scrimm, rest in peace, and Lena Quigley in a movie called Disciples. Not to mention Brinky Stevens, Debbie Rochon is also in it. That's a hell of a cast. Final product, it was okay, you know, it wasn't horrible. I think this is Angus Scrimm's last role, if not one of his last roles, if memory serves me right. But yeah, it was a fun film, Disciples. Just to see that insane horror cast right there, that's worth it right there, you know. Sorry. Stop opening my door, Binkers. She always does that. And then if I put the door closed, then she sits there and cries. But then when she's in here, she wants to get out. So you can't win. This was a pretty cool movie. Won a shit ton of awards. It's called The Dark Hours. This was a really brutal movie, good character study, but really did have some good brutal moments in the film, which I really enjoyed. I would definitely recommend The Dark Hours. I heard about this one through Fangoria magazine. Badass. This movie was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of Todd Sheets because the guy knows the horror genre, and he knocks it out of the park when it comes to practical horror effects, which is what I fucking love in my movies, you know? And this one is a first-round knockout film. Dreaming Purple Neon. This is actually the original release that they were doing at conventions before Unearthed Films released a lot of his other films. This one is actually... It came with a poster that I still have to put up, but this is number 33. That's kind of cool. I think there's a reversible... No, maybe not. But yeah, Dreaming Purple Neon is badass. I loved it. Great gore. I mean, you can see from the back how much gory goodness is on there. Only Todd Sheets can deliver that. Too gory for the silver screen. Yep. This was fun. If you're a fan of the red shit flying everywhere, just kind of turn your brain off and just enjoy the splatter and just the moments, you know. Dreaming Purple Neon. Any Todd Sheets films I definitely would recommend. There was a movie he did that I really loved that I saw called The Final Caller. That to me was probably one of my favorite films by him, and that will be coming in the future for sure if I ever get to the Fs. But Todd Sheets is just one of those directors, kind of like Brian Paulin of Morbid Vision Films, that understand the genre, respect the genre, and are all just students of all practical gore effects. And yeah, Dreaming Purple Neon by Todd Sheets. Check that shit out. You can get that on Unearthed Films. Also, you can get House of Forbidden Secrets, another good one by him, and something else I can't remember at the top of my head. Oh, before I forget, I actually have a bead I just got at a thrift store. So I gotta put this in the B section now. Kind of backtrack. I'm a big fan of the Loch Ness Monster story. I mean, who isn't? It's always been intriguing. I have not seen this movie, but it looks pretty bonkers. It's called Beneath Loch Ness. So I definitely gotta add this to the old B section now. But Beneath Loch Ness, before I forget, I had to say that. So that's a B right there. Getting back to the D's. From After Dark Horror Fest 3, we have Dying Breed. This was a fucking badass movie. I enjoyed this one a lot. Really good cannibal type film. Modern cannibalism type film. Enjoyed it. Right up there with like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Hills Have Eyes. Deranged family type stuff. It was filmed in Tasmania too, which is pretty badass. Like, I love the scenery there, just amazing. But Dying Breed, check that one out. That was badass. Bye, Binks. Okay, I guess she left us. Maybe she'll come back, I don't know. Death and Cremation. Brad Dourif is in this. Huge fan of Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif, as always, just delivers in anything he does. Obviously, he's known as the voice of the infamous Chucky doll, you know. But yeah, he's always good in everything he does. I'll have to check out Death and Cremation. I don't think I've ever seen this. Looks pretty damn interesting, though. This was a badass movie from Mondo Macabro. I love what Mondo Macabro does with their releases. They just give you so much bonus material and so much entertainment, and I love their trailers of other films, you know. And Don't Deliver Us From Evil, amazing possessed kid story. Just yeah, they're convent girls, convent girls in this convent, and you know, they're pretty much in league with Satan. They get possessed by Satan, and they just start doing these horrible things to people. And It's somewhat amusing in parts, I will say, but pretty damn good movie. Pretty mean-spirited for some 71. It's from France. Don't Deliver Us from Evil. This is a fucking must. If you're a fan of like really obscure films that kind of fell under the radar, Mondo Macabro is one of those companies that you can always count on for just delivering the goods as far as releasing these really obscure movies. And I definitely would say A La Carta is another one. There's so many, but Satanic Pandemonium, that's another one. But Don't Deliver Us from Evil, really good. Really good staple of like 70s satanic panic type films from those best. I strangely enough do not have the first one or the third one. I hear there's a third one. But I do have the second one, and I don't even remember this movie for the life of me. Definitely one of those bargain bin buys. But Dark Harvest 2: The Maze. I don't know about these Dark Harvest films. I guess I gotta watch them all together. But not really too many good killer Scarecrow films, if I must say. Like, there really aren't that too many amazing ones. I like Dark Night of the Scarecrow. Scarecrows is good. Night of the Scarecrow is good. Husk was good. I'm trying to think of other Scarecrow movies. There's a short in like 1038 that was pretty damn good, or 1031 horror anthology about a Scarecrow that was pretty cool. But Dark Harvest 2, yeah, I'll have to get the first and the third one and just have a Dark Harvest fest, I guess. This one I really liked. Definitely a fan of this. Yeah, pretty much sick of waiting for Evil Dead 4. Check out Damned by Dawn. Yeah, it's got that type of vibe to it for sure. I would say that is accurate. This was a really badass, gore-drenched, just a fun horror film. Just one of those popcorn movies, or you just cheer some beers with your friends and just watch the red shit fly, as I always say. This one definitely is that. Damned by Dawn. It's really cool actually watching the behind the scenes of how they made this film and what the director went through and the cast went through to make it. Really appreciate like low budget independent horror filmmaking for sure, because it can't be easy, all the shit they go through. But Damned by Dawn, that was really a fun film. Never seen it, check it out. If you're a fan of the Evil Dead films, I would say this would be right up your alley. Oh boy, this is kind of a cool cover. I don't know if I've ever seen this, but it is a badass cover, I will say that. Dead and Deader. I mean, that's badass. Big fan of slipcovers, so that's fucking awesome. I got this at Family Video when they were going down, I believe. Yeah. It's a zombie film, a modern zombie film. Those are usually hit or miss. I can't say whether this one was good or not, because I really don't remember it, so it'd be unfair to say it sucked or it was amazing. So I gotta rewatch it. Dead and Deader, though, that is one hell of a cover, though. I will say that. I don't think I've ever seen this one either. There's just can't watch everything, there's just not enough hours in a day. But Dark Room, or The Dark Room, sorry. Yeah, this one looks pretty cool. It's from Anchor Bay. Ellie Cornell is in it from Halloween 4. No shit. Okay, I really want to see it now. I like her acting in Halloween 4 and 5. She was really good. But The Dark Room, I'll check that one out. This movie was fun. This was definitely a fun movie to see in the theater. It definitely was a moment. Moment that I'll never forget. It definitely was a great scene. Drag me to hell in the theater. Sam Raimi's big return to horror. Very well welcomed. It was badass. I loved it. That old hag that just keeps coming out of nowhere, and then when all the worms and maggots and shit come out of her mouth, That bed scene, yeah, that's a pretty badass scene. Amazing gore, loved it. Definitely Sam Raimi's return to horror, like I said, and you know, for a PG, there's the PG-13 version, but the one to watch is the not rated version for sure. Definitely drag me to hell. I gotta see when this one came out because I actually remember this one to 2003. Yeah, Darkness Falls, about the killer tooth fairy. It was okay. You know, it wasn't groundbreaking, but it was okay. It had its moments. Darkness Falls. I saw this movie in the theater too. I remember when this movie first came out, or was first announced rather. There was the biggest fucking backlash from horror fans saying that you cannot remake this classic. It's gonna suck. I don't care. You know, but then, and I kind of had that same attitude as well, but when I actually saw it in the theater, I was actually very pleasantly surprised by it, and that is the remake of Dawn of the Dead. Nothing will ever touch the original, obviously, but this is a pretty damn good remake, I think, and I'm not the biggest fan of horror remakes, because there's too many, and not all of them are amazing. And they don't really do the original film justice. A lot of them don't. But Dawn of the Dead was really pretty damn cool. And I like the fact that it takes place in Milwaukee, which is not far from me. You know, that's kind of cool. In one of those malls that I always went to. And great gore, really good gore. I love Tom Savini's cameo. The Bub Zombie makes an appearance. A very short appearance. Zack Snyder did a good job on this. I actually really thought this was a damn good movie. Directed by James Gunn. Okay, yeah, he's... Okay. A screenplay by I can't read this. Print is so small. Zack Snyder, okay, yeah. Dawn of the Dead remake, pretty damn cool. Got 3 more here. This is actually one of the most brutal, bloody films I own, one of them. And if I say this title wrong, I apologize, but it is from the German splatter collection from Unearthed Films. Definitely an older film released by Unearthed Films. It's called Das Come Brutal Duell. I think I said that right. I don't know if I said that right. But this is German gore at its best. I mean, if you're fans of, like, Olaf Ickenbach gore from, like, you know, Burning Moon and shit like that, No Reason, just movies, crazy movies like that, you're gonna love this, because there's just so much gore and brutality, hence the title. I mean, you get what you get. Like, if you're a fan of this shit, this is definitely for you. Eviscerations, autopsies, dismemberments, and just plain old nasty narcotic death that will leave you begging for more. Yeah, I agree. One of my favorite releases from Unearthed Films. I don't know if this is out of print or not. Maybe you can still find it. But I really enjoyed this one a lot. Definitely one of my favorite German splatter films. I don't have many of them because they are rather hard to obtain. But the ones that I have seen, and obviously Olaf Ickenbach is one of my favorite German gore directors for sure. But this one was directed by, oh boy, Hiko Pfeiffer? Wow, okay. We'll go with that. Amazing gore, though. It's really cool to watch the behind the scenes of how they created all this prosthetics and what the actors went through. Total gore fest. Love it. This release is actually from Troma. It's called Demons Among Us. This was a badass movie. Definitely got an Evil Dead turn to it. Definitely some more Evil Dead love. Really good movie by Stuart Simpson. Definitely enjoyed this one. You find this on Troma Films. the demons among us. And the last film that I have for this this showing is one of my favorite splatter films of all time by Leif Jonkers. Darkness, the vampire version. This is a badass cover. Absolutely love this. This is from Barrel Entertainment, and their shit's really hard to find. Or it goes for a pretty penny for sure. I got this movie back when it was kind of first announced, so I luckily was able to grab it before it went out of print. I think it might be in print now again. I don't know. Maybe they re-released it. But if you're a fan of vampires and just... This is the goriest vampire movie ever made. Okay, let's just say that right now. You'll never find a gorier vampire movie than this one. I challenge anyone. If anyone knows about any more gorier vampire movies than this, please put a comment below. But this one takes the cake for gore as far as I'm concerned. As you can see, it's just loaded. And it's a 2-discer. Over 3.5 hours of extra shit. That is amazing. And let's see. Over 1,000 production and movie photos. That's crazy. But yeah, Leif Jonkers, I'm friends with him on Facebook. Very nice guy. He was talking about doing a sequel to this, which I hope he does, because I really definitely enjoyed this film. And the melting scene was one of my absolute favorites. This was definitely a movie that was really sought after in the VHS world. If you could find the original uncut version on VHS, I have a couple friends that have it. Very badass. But this is the Barrel Entertainment. And Barrel Entertainment also put out a lot of Jörg Buttgereit films, like the Necromantic films and the Schramm films. So they're a badass company. But Darkness, the vampire version, I would highly recommend this if you can find it. Awesome. Alright, well... Gotta say goodbye. I know. We just gotta say goodbye. Appreciate you guys for watching and subscribing as always. You want to say anything else? Gore forever? Rare? Gore forever? Okay. We'll go with that. Much appreciated, guys, gals. Thank you very much. Skid gore. Gore forever.